Hi there, today we're doing cowrie beads as our petticoat design. And here you can see an image of how cool they look, and that's actually quite an easy design to do, really, I promise. So again, we're going to start off by marking yourself a grid on your fabric. And decide on how big you want your cowries to be. If I work on about on this design, they're about 2 inches, for instance. No, wait, not 2. They're about 1 inch wide by 2 inches long, or about 1.5 inch long. You can decide. I'm going to work on inch wide, more or less, by 1.5 inch long. So give yourself a grid of 1/2 inch squares, for instance. Now, again, because we're working on a grid's base, you can size it up or size it down as you wish. And I'm going to start by just giving myself, let me just make that line a little bit fatter. Just on that grid line, indicate where your beads are strung. Okay, so the strung line, I'm going to do mine, say 1 inch, for instance, apart. So 2 squares apart. And just draw quickly. Okay, and there's my string, basically, where I'm hanging my bead on. Okay, and now, what color shall we do? Yeah, let's do black. It shows nicely, but I'm going to make it a nice fat line. Now we are going to string up our beads and stitch our beads. They are connected. They stitch all in one go. Which means if we have a starting point at the top, but we want to end at the bottom so that we can have the next bead start, we work in 3s. And you'll see this here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So we're going to take this line and we're going to make it just kind of like a almost a fat teardrop, I want to say. So you take a bit of a dip and come down, and I'm working 3 squares down. Okay, and then I almost want to echo that same line back again and then make a curve on the outside. So I take a dip and I make a fat line down, echo it, curve on the outside. A dip with a pupins. My English. Take a bit of a dip and make it then a fat little bow at the bottom. Echo that line almost back to the top and come down again. So you can make your cowries as fat or as long as you like. Okay. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's a low. So it's like a dip going into a fat. Echo that back and come about. Up to where you are in your ditch. Complete the design. Now your next row up, your cowries will sit in between. So we're going to work with the top points, or the center points in between the row that we've just done, and we're going to just work upside down. Now you can change it around. You can stop the string and restart it from the top. That's up to you. I really like suggesting that you carry on from the bottom up because it saves time and thread. And you basically follow the same principle, and they don't all look the same. They cannot. It is nature. All right. So however you want to shape them, how big or how fat or how avoe shape or how round, it is totally up to you. Finish it in the ditch, travel, and now we're back to our same offset like we did our first string. And we lose track sometimes. Okay, so it's a very shallow, like an S-curve that you're basically dealing with on the inside. I went too far, and now we're back to the offset, half a design offset, which means something like that. Oh, that was a total wobble. Let me go back. Low and fat, echo back, come about. Low and fat, echo back, come about. On this one, I actually quite like that they don't all look the same. It's very forgiving. And we're back to our regular interval. And it can have quite a natural flow. You do want to just use your grid spacing so you can get your strings more or less evenly spaced. You can also just draw these lines freehand if you want to just give yourself an indication of where your string hangs, and then go about quilting it. I will post a picture of the actual stitched out design a little bit later on our group as well when I send the video out. Enjoy!